Boris, who's stateside, because, of course, Chelsea are back to winning ways.
Back.
Just slightly out of the top 10 there. You're in 11th spot. Sorry, Boris.
Arsenal fans, man.
Sorry, Boris. I couldn't do that. I could not do that, rather. So like I said, another win at the weekend, a resounding performance. But are we getting a bit ahead of ourselves, given the opponent, newly promoted Burnley?
I don't think Burnley's the issue, and I don't think it was a resounding performance. I'm happy for the win and the positivity, but I don't like how we won. I know 3 points is the most important at the end of the day, but you know, you guys were talking about it earlier, and the Kelly and Reddy show earlier as well. They were talking about it. Look, Sterling's an outstanding player, but individuals don't win you titles. Teams win you titles, and personally, I think that Sterling, when he goes out there, he's playing like he's trying to do it himself. And he's got quality. He can have games like this, and it's terrific when he does because it gets us results. But I don't want to build a new generation of Chelsea relying on an individual. I don't like that. And I think he can do so much more for the team by elevating the players around him and leading by building them up rather than just taking the game on himself. So I didn't love that. He was involved in every single goal, and it was a resounding win, but that's not sustainable. We're not going to finish top 4 on something like that.
No, I know. I see what you're saying, boys. He's not going to play like that every week. But what he's done, he set a level of performance that they have to adhere to. And I think that they've got players who are maybe capable of that sort of performance. The thing with Chelsea, I think they've got lots of players who are capable of that sort of performance. And so I wouldn't be too concerned that this week it might be Sterling, but another week it might be someone else, and it might be someone else. But I think it's setting a level of performance, and that Chelsea need to say, this is what every single one of us need to aim towards every single week. That's why I was impressed with the Raheem Sterling performance. I know what you're saying, that can he do it every week? Of course not. But good teams have lots of good players who perform, who bring it out. You know, we talked about, you know, City missing Mahrez and Gundogan and De Bruyne because, you know, when things weren't going right, one of them would come up. And that's where Chelsea are trying to get to, Boris.
Yeah, and I 100% agree with you. And my criticism of Sterling is hopefully more to light a fire under him. I think he's an amazing player. I was thrilled when we signed him. And I really hope that he takes this opportunity to not just lead with that, but to create chances for other players, to talk them up, to hype them up when he's on the field, you know, to really be vocal and to lead the team that way too, not just through performances. Like we had Eden Hazard. He was a dream. He could win games single-handedly, but we relied on him a lot. And I want this new Chelsea to be different. And it's great, right? Because we're going into this international break with a lot of positivity. And for the first time in a long time, I genuinely think Chelsea fans can look at this really difficult run coming up and actually not be sure if we can win some of them, rather than feeling pretty confident we won't, which is an improvement, right? Like we can look at this and say, we could actually take some points here. We might be able to scrap a few wins against some of these big sides. And this run is going to be really important because it's going to set the tone. We need some confidence from this so that the mentality continues to grow and these young players start to really believe, like, maybe not this year, but let's keep going. Let's see how high we can do and then top it the next year.
I see what you did there, Boris. Maybe not this year, trying to, you know, keep expectations low. Thank you so much for joining us. Great to have you, the realest Chelsea fan out there, you know. So that's it for part 2. Coming up after the break, our fans are going to be going